Hi everyone, this is Professor Tom. Now before I get into 1945, I really have to apologize for my recent absence. There have been a number of things happening in my life that I really didn't have much control over. First of all, as you can see, I had to rearrange my studio, but there have been medical issues both on my part and other people in my family. So I kind of had to take a little bit of a sabbatical from making these videos. But to quote a famous saying from a famous character from a famous movie, me's a back!
Hello all, this is Danny Dynamite, and I want you to click on that subscribe button before it's too late. Oh, it's too late.
1945 was a major turning point for the entire world, and the animation industry was no different. Almost everything was defined by the end of World War II. Studios have transitioned from wartime propaganda cartoons back to commercial animation. Japanese had created their very first full-length feature animated cartoon. 1945 was also a year for more iconic characters that made their screen debut. In April of 1945, amidst wartime rationing and the firebombing of Tokyo, Japan released its first ever full-length animated feature. The title of it was Momotaro, Sacred Sailors. Now, I'm not even going to bother to try to pronounce that in Japanese, so we'll just go on. The film was commissioned by the Japanese Naval Ministry as a maritime propaganda film, and it was staffed largely by retrained waitresses. Over at the Disney Studios, it was not really easy for them to transition from creating government-funded propaganda animated cartoons over to the commercial operation, because all the funding from the government was taken away from them, and it was difficult to restart their commercial ventures due to the lack of capital. Well, they worked on it, and what they came up with for a while were called package features. Now, what these were full-length cartoons that were kind of put together using multiple shorter-length animated cartoons. Several studios introduced new characters that would become permanent pop culture staples, while other studios would be continuing to reshape their core lineups. The Warner Brothers Studios premiered Life with Feathers, making this the first official on-screen appearance of Sylvester the Cat. They also introduced a new character that was a real rough and tumble guy, Yosemite Sam, in a Bugs Bunny cartoon called Hair Trigger.
Be you the mean hombre that's a hankering for a heap of trouble, stranger? Well, be ya?
I be.
given you 1 second to draw a gun.
How's that, Chunky?
Say, that's a right smart picture you got there, partner. You know, I'm fair to middling with a pencil myself. Look at here. Quit looking over my shoulder. It bothers me. There. How's that?
It stinks.
Why, you old...
Now, a lot of people didn't know, but Yosemite Sam took a really harsh toll on Mel Blanc's voice. Now, in November, over at Paramount's famous studio, they released The Friendly Ghost. This was part of their Novel Tunes series, making this the debut of Casper the Friendly Ghost.
There are some people who believe in ghosts, and there are some people who don't. If you're the believe in ghosts kind, then this story is about one. And if you're the don't believe in ghosts kind, well, just for fun, this story is about one anyway. His name was Casper, and he was surely the most unusual ghost there ever was, or wasn't, depending on how you feel about it. Every night, at the stroke of 12, his brothers and sisters scampered out joyously to frighten the folk of the neighborhood. But not Casper. He'd rather stay home and not frighten people, which goes to show how unusual he really was.
Now, the pre-war labor tensions didn't end before the war started. They continued to bubble up until after the war, where you had the setting of the stage for major post-war union strikes. It was several animators who were dissatisfied with the strict hierarchical and corporate nature of large studios began to lay the groundwork for United Productions of America, which is known as UPA Cartoons. The new studio would soon pioneer a revolutionary, abstract, and simplified limited animation style to directly counter Disney's hyper-realistic style. The limited animation style of creating cartoons was incredibly different than what we were used to. It changed the entire world of animated cartoons all the way up till today, and it's still making a difference. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. I hope you enjoy these videos, and remember to visit me every week for a new year of animation history. Please remember to click on that subscribe button, check off on that like button, tell your friends about it, and leave a comment about what your favorite cartoon was, or were you one of those kids on Saturday mornings that sat on the living room floor with a bowl of cereal in your lap watching all these wonderful cartoons?